Hi everybody, my name is Larissa Lopes and you're watching the Best Version of Myself series. This week I want to talk to you about your heart. I think when we start this journey to become the best version of ourselves, and we take the control back, we start acting as we start being our own CEO. The first area of your life that you have to take care of and start fixing is your heart. I can talk about everybody, but at least my best version of myself wasn't about like being famous or getting rich or whatever. It was more about expressing myself and making people see who I really was. I felt like I was invisible. Like I was there, but since I wasn't being myself, I wasn't able to show myself to the world. I felt like nobody knew me. Nobody saw the real me. And I'm here to tell you that maybe that's true, because the world can't see you unless you start showing the world who you are. Only you know your potential. Only you know everything you are inside and everything you can be. So you have to be the one to show it to people. So I have three things that I want to talk to you about: how to be yourself, how to have the courage to show who you are to the world. The first thing is your sense of worthiness. We live in a society that most of the times our self-worth, we let ourselves believe that our worth is what we do, what we have, and what people think about us. And that has to change. In order for you to become a better version of yourself, you have to believe you deserve to be a better version, to have that life. If you don't think that you deserve that life, if you feel like you're not smart enough, that you're not beautiful enough, that you're not talented enough, it's not gonna work. So the first thing you have to fix is your self-worth, is this notion, this meaning of self-worth. And to me, I think when we talk about self-worth, we have to talk about shame. Again, Brené Brown is the is the queen about the subject, and I advise you to go read all her books and to listen to everything she says on the internet because she's amazing. And she talks about this notion of shame. Besides having this wrong notion of self-worthiness, we normally are too hard on ourselves when we make mistakes in life. And if you are searching for a way to get better, is because you probably make some mistakes and you regret them and you want to change them. So it's important for you to know and to really believe that your mistakes are not who you are. When we make a mistake, we have two ways of seeing it. We can see it as, I did something wrong and I can fix it, I can pass through it, I can say I'm sorry, whatever you have to do. Or you can see it as, this has happened so many times in my life that something must be wrong with me. That what you did is a reminder that you are bad, that there's something wrong with you. So to become the best version of yourself, you have to stop looking at your mistakes from this self perspective. You have to see your situation and your mistakes from what they are. They are actions, they are not who you are. So separate this. There are two different things. You are not your mistakes. They were actions that, if you regret, great, you can do it. You can change it. Maybe you can't change what you've done in the past, but you can change your behavior now and start changing things for the future. And I know that this is very, very hard for us to do. I have eating disorders since I was 8, basically. I started dieting when I was 8, and I struggle with, when we are addicted to something, when struggle with addiction, you start believing that the problem is with you, you know, because you make the mistake so many times that you end up believing that you're different from the other people, that there's a problem in your head, that there's something wrong with you, you know. And to be able to change, you have to separate your mistakes from who you are. It doesn't matter how many times you made the same mistake and how many times you disappointed yourself, you know. Never give up on loving you. You are worthy of love. You deserve to be happy. You deserve a better life. Please don't believe that your actions, what you've done in the past, defines who you are. No, they can be erased, they can be forgotten like this. You just have to forgive yourself. And this philosophy of the best version of myself also works because of this, because from the moment I started picturing myself as the person I wanted to be and not the person I was, I forgot about my mistakes. I had already corrected them in my head, you know, and that allowed me to forgive myself for everything I had done wrong, and start being who I wanted to be, who I really was. Because when you believe you are something bad, you can't change it, you know. You can change the mistakes, you can correct the mistakes, but you can't change who you are. So stop believing that you are your mistakes. Embrace this new vision of yourself and make all your decisions from now on from that person's point of view. And that person knows that there's nothing wrong with her or with him. That person believes that they are worthy of love, that they are worthy of belonging, and that they deserve to be happy and to have the life they want. But I know it's not easy to be yourself, you know. You have to first accept yourself for what you are, which is already something scary for some people. Like me, for example, my best self is a writer, and I grew up in a family where arts are not a career. Arts are hobbies, not a career. And I, of course, because of that, I was kind of forced to choose something else, you know. So it took me a long time to first admit to myself that I really wanted to do this. Second, to start acting on it, start believing myself enough to actually write. And third, to tell the world about it, to show the world that I really cared about this, and that was the thing that I wanted to do. It didn't matter what they thought about it and how they would react. I was choosing this because it wasn't even a choice, actually. That was who I was. You know, like the photo in the logo, I wanted to do like this and show the world what I really was. I knew that I had this talent, this special power in me, and the only thing I wanted was to be it, you know, to leave that. It didn't matter how people would react. I just wanted to write, and that's how I started writing. So becoming the best version of myself, to me, is less about uh, getting things and more about being what you are. That's what we all wanted, you know, to be free, to express ourselves, to be ourselves, to be loved by who we are. We are not what we do. We are not what we have, and we are certainly not what other people think of us. We are what we are, and we have to accept that and show the world that that's happiness, that's belonging, you know. That's a liberating feeling that will change you, that will change everything. So my next challenge for you is to dare to be yourself, is to show the world who you really are. We all think that we are alone and that nobody understands us, but once you start showing to the world who you are, and you start wearing this, like they are almost like flags, you know, like signs. You start, if you show the world that you care about something, people are going to see that you care about that thing, and if they think like you, if they believe in the same thing that you believe, you're gonna find each other. When you are in a place and you feel like to be with those people, to be part of that group, you have to betray yourself. You have to do things that you don't agree 100% or that you don't like, or that doesn't make you feel 100% comfortable. You are betraying yourself. How can you be yourself when you are in a group that doesn't accept you for what you are? It's hard, right? That's a lot of people spend their whole lives trying to do this, trying to show who they are to people who don't care, and that's not only frustrating and a waste of time, but also a way to betray yourself and to never get to be your full potential, you know, to live according to your full potential. You can only grow when you are in a welcoming environment. So stop trying to fit in, you know, stop purposely hurting yourself, betraying yourself to be part of these groups. Instead, start raising your own flags and doing what you think, you know, acting according to what you think, according to you believe, and speaking that truth. And like this, you're gonna find other people who thinks like you. And once you feel like you are part of a group that really accepts you, that you really belong to, you stop caring about other people's opinions, you know. We don't have to be part of every single group that we're supposed to be in, you know. You don't have to be comfortable with your family. You don't have to be comfortable with your at school, at work. You just need to know that despite their opinions, you are who you are, and you deserve to be who you are. You deserve to be accepted for who you are. So don't try to change to fit in. Don't try to be like more like them so they will like you. You know, stop asking people and begging for people to like you. You start being yourself and attracting people who actually like you, who actually identifies with you, because these people are the ones who can really understand you and will help you to grow yourself. I love this Oprah quote that says that your first job is to be yourself and to grow yourself into the best version of yourself. And you're only able to grow yourself when you are able to show yourself to the world and to be 100% yourself. So stop trying to fit in and start searching for this feeling of belonging, you know. Start wearing your flags with pride and living according to what you believe. And like this, you're gonna attract people who also think like you, and you're gonna feel awesome, because it's the best feeling in the world to feel like you are accepted for what you are, and to be with people who support you 100% and who love you just for being yourself. So I hope you're enjoying this podcast. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you next week.